Hello, hello, hello! Welcome and well met! Welcome to the stream. Today is the Great Ace Attorney once again, and I'm very happy about that because this week is full of two of my favorite games, and it's great. One shot was yesterday, and today we get Great Ace Attorney. I'm flubbing my words immediately. Fantastic. Hello, Margaret. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. You were bright and early, aren't you? I say that as if I don't stream in the new. Well, maybe it is bright and early for you. I don't know where you are. I'm just like realizing not everyone's in Pacific time. I'm like, it's afternoon in the Pacific, right? Pacific time zone right now, but I'm not doing all the calculations to figure out what it's doing in all the other time zones. Hello, kitty. You've been graced with a cat. Hello. Okay, she's no longer distracted by me. I'm like, are you going to jump up on my desk while in the middle of the streaming and mess up all my stuff? No? Okay, let's move on. That's mostly why I stop and I look at my cats when they come by. Is because I'm like, are you going to mess up the stream? Okay, hello. Oh, I should probably make myself a little bit. Hold on. Let me switch down and get a little bit. Is that better? Yeah, that's a little closer. Okay. I need to adjust my own headphones. Give me a second. Alright. So, quick recap, as you can see, we're in the middle of things. We just got to the point where everyone voted guilty. That's why the back of the chair is black behind everybody that you can see right here, except for the judge that's up there. This is the jury. And so we have one chance to go talk to the jury themselves and get them to change their minds, basically. So that's what we're going to do. And it's like an antiquated technique that no one really used anymore. Watch it be the staple of this game. I love the in-lore. They're like, nobody does this anymore. One Ryunosuke Naruhodo. How about I do it all the time? It's so silly. But anyway, let's get going. Okay, little buddy, you gotta go. Okay, there was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Thank you for the emotes. Trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chat right next to him like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. That's a face. I have simply typed in... Wait. Related? I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. Address the guild. Sorry. Immediate. Today is a... Oh gosh, what are words? Day, I guess. Okay, you can address the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. 4 pence? Wait. One person said that there was 4 people for the price of 20 pence. And you just said 4 pence per person. That literally doesn't add up. Well, I know where I'm gonna start picking away at the people's talking up here. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It beggars belief. Granny here with the knitting needle ready to stab somebody too. She's ready to go bring a court of law here. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they? Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I have to throw everything I can at them, and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh, wait, what are you doing? Oh, there, okay. There's a cat, Here, you want the cat toy? Yeah? Okay. Play with cat time while I stream. I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. And now I have another cat. Are all of you just gonna show up midstream? All of you are menaces. Oh. Okay. You're being mean. We've been so mean to each other today. Would you stop? Okay. Sorry. Kitty. Yeah. 20 divided by 4 equals 5. The total is 20 pence. You have 5 passengers. I know, that's why I'm like, that literally doesn't add up. I'm not great at math, but I know at least 20 divided by 4 is 5. That's just one of the ones that sticks in my head very well. Which is useful when I have to figure out other multiples there. But anyway, yes. I very much did the math. I'm like, that literally doesn't add up. There was 5 passengers. Yeah, that's what it seems to be indicating. Now we're gonna have to play game mechanics and get it so that Ryunosuke and Susato know that, so they can point it out and be like, I object. Anyway. Alright, yeah, right. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear. I'm just citing what I read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? Well, from what I understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your argument. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. Wow. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they're complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. Yeah. Oh boy. I have to keep an eye on my cats coming by. Oh, my cat's coming by. Yeah, Susato is pretty great. I guess how would I put this? Like, she is the one that's really helping out. I mean, we've seen, if you've seen my other live streams, that's the word. If you've seen my other live streams, I almost said playthroughs, but I'm like, that's wrong. But yeah, my other live streams of this game, we've definitely seen Susato a few times go, like, that doesn't add up, that doesn't make sense, and all that. She's a pretty logical lady. Which I appreciate, because I'm like, honestly, she acts like how I've met ladies. Like, it's very much, oh, what do we need to do? What information do I need to have? Alright, I have my information, I have a plan of action, let's go. Let's get things done. And that's Susato. I'm like, I appreciate this. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I read that. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. Already found one! Even you guys in chat have definitely found something. Notice right away as well. It's like, yeah, that literally don't add up. Okay. If we can then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see. So it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. Oh, yeah. In a way, then, this is similar to regular cross-examination. Well, to a regular cross-examination. We're really going to town on that toy. It's a little distracting, not gonna lie, but have fun, kitty, as long as it's not some of my chords. Oh yes, I suppose you're right. Are you gonna smack your face again? Find contradictions in their statements, and pit the jurors against one another, to break them down. Alright, I must be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. Yeah, he is. I have to pull this off. Naruhodo is ready to go. Can we start proceedings, Consul? I would ask that you take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Ryunosuke! We get to see more of him! Defense rebuttal. Okay, yeah. Not interested in that yet. Okay, I would immediately try pitting her against what the stage... It was the stage. Yeah, I know. Oop, nope. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, both were friends for years. I want to try immediately pitting them against... No, I probably should press them first, so... It might trigger... Cause like, I figured it out, but I don't know if Ryunosuke's figure out, and the game will actually let me do this, so I'm gonna press the two of them. But does his ability to recall his takings that night really tell us how trustworthy the man is? I manage all of his lordship's cash affairs, so I'm very particular when it comes to accounts. I see. A single penny can mean the difference between life and death, after all, can't it? That's a saying in your country? My point is, a man who minds his figures is a man you can trust. Those of us in service would swear to that, sir. Does that bench really need any more polishing? I think she's just doing it to fill time at this point. So if the good driver says he saw Mr. McGilded in the act, I don't doubt him. The only task left to do today is dispose of the rubbish. Ah, now wait a minute. One of the other jurors mentioned something about money, I think. Now would be a very good time to listen carefully to the jurors' statements again, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm noticing inconsistency in what two different jurors are saying. I should expose it by pitting them against each other. Yes, let's see if I can do just that. Okay, it does look like I would be able to go right away. Okay, nope, I don't care. I'm like, I don't care about you, Mr. Knives Out. You and you.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Do they explain yourself, Consul? Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I swear on Civil Blaze main and name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus was always 4 pence. That it is. A fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be operated. That doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication... Ah! It would be 16 pence! Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night. It's distinctly possible there was another passenger we heard nothing about. Good gracious! This can't be right. Coachmen of the guild are good honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon? Mr. Guidemaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news was surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. That hit it where it counts. Alright then, and how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of the set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We're all in agreement. We have to go in. Wait until I get my hands on you, Beppo! Oh, here we go. We finally get to see white chair. We've seen the neutral red and... Oh, it's all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm gonna do the same. I love how everyone has just the weirdest reasons for voting. I love of Mike. Not you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Oh, really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo, you did it! If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more, actually. There's something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. And that is where you must strike next. So, I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly! You can do it! Oh, that was a little weirdly said. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still... they still weigh heavily on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your examination. Summation? Honestly. I'm changing my leaning to innocent. I would like to hear what the slipshod bookkeeping has to say for himself. I like this maid lady. Okay, select the chap next to him like this. I'm gonna say I'm brazen. Statement lays is following, drawn the logical conclusion. You're angry about Beppo. Stabbing the poor man on the... Oh, on the floor? Oh, maybe I'm supposed to put these 2 together. Well, I guess I'll try it. Yeah, because the way they were getting stabbed is different. I think that's it. So just you and Granny's getting blocked. Sorry, Granny.
Objection.
Let's see. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste. Oh, dearie me. I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this cat trap? What does contrary even mean? Wait, contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness. They all allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you see I'm busy here? When did you get your knife stuck in the table? Also, you're gonna probably have to pay for damages now. What are you doing? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ah, want to test me, do you? It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim banker said. Yes, that's what Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true. Now, that. Juror number 6. Oh! Is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madame? Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Such an interesting group of characters in the jury. Yeah, we're gonna have... That's gonna stay consistent, I'll tell you that much. Now, don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless my stitches. What a muddle. I love that. Bless my stitches. Oh. Hello, kitty. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh! Well, why? Why in the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet. But what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Aye, as you say. Oh, dearie me. Can't abide people telling lies. You get 'em, Granny. You get 'em, Granny. Granny gonna come after you with a knitting needle if you lie in her face. The scales. I don't believe it. Says the 2 people who just voted. Oh. Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. I'm sorry, sir, but that's not at all close to Omneoji clothes. And they're the only kind of Eastern... Well, by Eastern, you're meaning Japanese. Also, that's a little broad, sir. You're kind of condensing quite a few cultures there. Rude. If I could use magic, do you think I'd be putting myself through all this? It's like, I would be doing sorcerer things. Why do you think I'm here? I don't have magic. Oh. Answer me this. Oh. Third. Oh, wait. What is this then? Okay. Oh, he's meaning the clothes. Okay, I understand. I'm just like, what is this man trying to say? Okay. Phew. Oh my god, my cough's pretty bad thing. Oh, you know, I forgot to mention that I'm recovering from illness. That's why I'm coughing a bunch. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that right away for anyone who was new. Okay. Answer me this, Stark. Oh, nope. It froze. Hold on. Need to do, I just do this, it goes like that, then I go back to this, and then we're good. Oh, we didn't get Syrian, I was gonna do the shocked animation. Well, it is what it is. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if 2 witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What of it? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and the Shylock stabbed him again. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, let's just say it didn't happen like that, Oh. I'm pretty sure there's only one wound, though. Yeah. Stab once. Yeah, only has one stab, because it contradicts the evidence. You calling a dandy, sir? I should take this knife to you. Stop getting it stuck in the table. Dude, how me up are... You know, and the granny's sticking knives in here, and her, not knives, Granny's sticking her needles into the bench. How beat up is this table? Or whatever it's properly called. I'm gonna call it a table. I have a feeling it probably has a specific name, but I don't know it. Podium? Maybe it's actually a podium. Are you calling old? Well, I should take this needle to you. Ugh, they're ready to kill each other now. Ryanosuke's like, what did I do? Would the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? It's out of the question. It contradicts the evidence. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it you say, Dark Jinx? Come on, out with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. That shocked a few people. What? What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As a foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what I want to see. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that it's out of the question, show me some proof. That's why I'm saying it's out of the question. I have proof. It looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime as proven by the autopsy report.
Take that!
Working for us. Unlike when Edgeworth is around. I'm going to constantly make jokes. That's an Ace Attorney running gag kind of thing within the fandom. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Eh? Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times. Alright, I concede defeat. Ooh, we got him to vote. That's 4 people. Now the scales are in our favor. Ryanosuke's forgot he reacted like this. It's not like, yes, we did it. It's, holy cow, we did it. He's a silly man. Wait, that means the 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won. No. Well, we've won this, but we still haven't won the verdict. Are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. We had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this. What are you doing? You're gonna cut your tongue. I'll take this razor sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Please tell me he's a barber. Ryanosuke's like, I have several concerns now. You know what? Say, man. Well, in quite a remarkable turn of events, an event's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. Jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there's no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to abdicate. The trial must continue. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Woo! More game! So, Lord Van Zeeks. Or is it Zykes? I still can't remember properly. Like I said last stream, when I was streaming this, it says like his name out loud only like once, and I'm like, I don't remember. I don't even remember where it is, so I can't even look it up. Susato has many brain cells. I just saw that. That's funny. Susato at all times has the brain cells. Unless Herlock Shlom's around, I guess, in some cases. Because then she's just like fangirling too much. Wait, no, even then she's called Herlock is, anyway, Herlock out and just been like, no. Herlock Schnomes. Like our silly blonde detective friend there. Oh, he's so silly. Okay. Yeah, so Lord Van Zeeks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. Hello there. He's got his wine. He's just chilling in the... Oh, we broke his cup. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hollowed chalice, I seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeets? Is it cold in here? Or is it just me? As your antiquated tone no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. The facts are hard for fancy for discount. I don't think so. He's just being respectable. Though some of it seems I overestimate the intelligence of the jury. Oh. Well, no matter. There's nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. You don't know the half of it? No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence, after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oop, dramatically took his cape off. Bring forth the witnesses once more. I don't know why Fancy always makes me giggle so bad. Witnesses. I trust you hear the summation examination we just had to endure. Oh yes, I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh yeah, sir, I heard it. You, sir, on the end, the coachman, I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir. My lord, sir? If it transpired that in your previous testimony, that you were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus, you'd be found guilty of perjury. You're advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh, mi Dio. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. Examine the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defendant's summation examination. Summation? Hello. Various misgivings. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear. But, Well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fiddled us on the fare, he did. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw Miss McGilded stab the man. Everything I said before stands. Oh, yes, he stabbed him, he did. I think so, yes. Beppo overcharging. Council, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom theft passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little... I don't know that word. Ah! Cousinage? This is probably like, you don't pronounce all the letters. Cousinage. Cousinage. Okay. Cousinage, yeah. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cousinage. Beppo, explain yourself! I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. Oh, we see Beppo's eyes. I say that after I push the button, it switches back to the coachman. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board, you know that. I don't understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare. It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. I'm sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo. A disgrace. Your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the Tiled Guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. What? 4 pence passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already. I just can't make the results come out any differently. No, that figures. No, it's fine. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. You've already had the pleasure of a protracted examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely. He has a wild look. Ryanosuke. Various misgivings. Yay, cross-examination. Okay.
Hold it!
Yeah. So, there were only 4 passengers on your carriage, but you didn't charge them the standard 4 pence fare. Is that right? Oh. It's impossible to make the last run of the day pay. Oh, hello, Frudu. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you know, I just realized I didn't say hello to Grandma Iris because I got distracted by math. Hello, Grandma Iris. My bad. I was so cold that all I could do to stop myself from passing out. I'm pitying Chilblains just listening to you. It was terrible. So I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for keeping the bus running. Hello. Doesn't it dedicated coachman deserves extra penny per passenger? You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. If only there had been a 5th passenger on the omnibus that night. Then we would have had another suspect. Vincent's quiet. Okay. Oop, nope, I didn't want to just press on to everybody.
Hold it!
Media is standing out, so usually you do is just ask everyone for more details. Does that mean everyone on board that night paid 5 pence instead of 4? Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you that I did. A flat fare of 5 pence across the board. It's not something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed. It's gone. Dead and buried. I'd have been happy I'd have been happy if it had ever... Wait. I'd been happy if it had ever existed in the first place. Okay. I'd have been happy if it had ever existed in the first place. Fiddlesong Fairy Din. Okay.
Hold it!
Well, you're talking about the actual scene. Will you give us more details somehow? This blood-curdling sight. You mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir. A loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror of the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken. Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed. Good gracious, really? We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed. That may turn out to be very significant. I heard the banker gent next to me take a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw that horrible blade poking out from his belly, covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help but scream, even when I'm eating. Do you eat with a fork and knife and just scream the whole time? Sir, you can eat food without a knife. I mean, I think even in this time period, if you're like, hey, I can't eat properly because I saw a man get stabbed with a knife, so I don't want neither. Thank you for the emotes. You can eat without a knife. I'm just thinking of this scrawny, this lanky man just, can you imagine? Just fork and knife, cutting this, ah! Are you okay? I don't think you are. Oh, brother. Oh, that's silly. That is silly imagery right there. Okay. Okay, you are... Okay, you're also talking more. Let me get more information. So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGilded, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him. I know, Beppo always looks freezing. Beppo actually shows up a few other times later. He always looks like a snowman. I think that's kind of the joke. He's supposed to look like a snowman, so he's always cold. But I remember playing through this the first game, and I just spent the whole time going, can we please give this man a warm drink and a blanket? Oh my gosh, we're in a courtroom. No one else has foggy breath. This man does. How cold is he? Why do we have a snowman? I was so worried. I'm like, how is this man even alive? He's breathing out cold air. We have Mr. Freeze in the stand. We need to go get Batman or something. We're about to have to get a supervillain origin story here. Okay. That's what I said, isn't it? What was bothering me before, this was just a brief moment. He hesitated before answering the question. Anyway, there was only the two of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? There's been much talk of a fifth passenger, but as of yet, zero evidence. Then what are we wasting all this time for, eh? It's black and white, the man's guilty. Scan's like laser focused. Something about Mr. Plea's testimony just jars with me. I wish I could work out what it was. I know what to present. I can look at things. Okay. Look at the evidence again. It's been a few days since I've last seen it anyway. Okay, yeah, I already read this, but yeah, it's 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. So we got an hour in the estimated time of death. So I don't think that comes really into play, but hey, I'll keep note of it. Stab once in the abdomen with a knife whilst journeying in an omnibus. Died due to... Oh wait, there's some manner of location. Yeah, because there's the glass panel here. Wait, let me go inside. Hold on. Yeah. Oop. Right. Oop, that's not gonna work. Oop. Hold on. You do this. Okay, there we go. Actually, I think I'm a little too big now. Hold on. There we go. I'm kind of short. Now Sky feels tall. I should be shorter than him. Well, he's taller than me. Oh, I can probably also move up the chat a bit. I wonder if I can actually just leave it up. I'm blocking a bit of your head. Sorry, there's Susato, but I think if I leave it there, we might be okay. I can just leave it there. Okay. Now that I move things around so we can see. Yeah, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? The scene of a murder. Horrible. Door open. Blocking the animation. Yeah, there's blood here. Yeah, there's the bench up there. Okay. Yeah. Let's look and see them, obviously. You really stabbed someone in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder. It was dark. There's a lamp on here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see outside the skylight. Yeah. I get it. What did it say here? It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large, enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catcher of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from the inside the cabin at least. Alright. Where's the door? Here's the door. Back outside. Have you seen enough? Let's sit back outside then. Oh, I guess why I have the omnibus out. Phoenix Wright Omnibus. There is our mainline series reference. Yeah. Oh wait, there's a latch. I didn't notice that from when I was looking at before. If I click it, will something happen? You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Yeah, you can't see in there. Yeah, that's the seat for blood. You have to sit on the back. Alright. I don't think that's helpful. Now the gloves. Oh wait. The leather gloves the defendant was wearing at the time indicate there's a blood stain on the right glove. Oh! Wait. We just saw on the coach. You can see... Ooh, I can actually angle this. You can see the bloods to the right, like... The right? And then Mr. Dude was sitting there. Or... I mean, if you were sitting here, that means your left arm is close to, you know, this person. And your right. Does that actually have anything to do? On the right glove. So you, like... I just punched the mic off the desk. My bad, and it whacked into the cord. I'll have to adjust it. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm actually spinning things around and it's frozen. Hold on. Where is it again? Ah, there goes my klutziness. I hope that wasn't too loud, me smacking into the mic like that, though. Oh wait, it's this one. Goes funky. Oop. Are we good? Yeah, we are. Cool. We're good again. Yeah, sorry I punched the mic off my desk. Thank goodness it has a cushion on it. I don't think I damaged anything. Huh. What other thing? Yeah, this has a monogram on it, but if I hit the other side, I'm gonna skip through this dialogue. Yeah. Alright. Ryanosuke hasn't liked really sharp objects recently. He's like, oh, this killed a man. I do not like being near blades. And Susato's just like, but you have a katana at your hip. And he's like, that's not a katana, that's Kazuma's soul. And I'm like, he's such a dweeb. Just say you don't like being near, you actually just don't like being near a murder weapon. That looks like a lot of blood. It surely is blood. The victim's. An Englishman's blood. Oh yeah, this is, he's just, the blood looks the same. And this stuff is like, we're human. It's going to look the same. Ryanosuke's got jet lag. Ryanosuke's not being like that. Oh yeah, this is borrow money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. Oh wait, I have a photo. I'm in the way of the photo. Hold on, let me move. Yeah. I keep thinking about how you would try to stab somebody. You'd have to lean all the way over. There's gotta be some of the evidence. Okay, well, let's go back to cross-examination. There's one thing. Yeah, I got this. I need to move. I move back. I'm in the way. I'm in the way. I need to get out of the way. Okay. Oop. Okay, maybe not quite as well. There we go. Okay. We're back. Oh, wait. Maybe a little more over. There we go. Okay. Now I can move around and I won't block the letters. Oh, yes. Yes, he stabbed him, he did. I think so, yes. Okay, you're talking about the stabbing. What do you say, I think? Elaborate? Elaborate? Earlier you testified you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Oh yes, that's right. You said the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife and in an ice pick grip. Yeah. That's I don't know how to describe that. How Granny was holding her knitting needle earlier. That's what it's meaning, in case you need a visual. Peppo. I suppose I might have, you know, yes. With the cart before the horse, maybe. What's this? What's that? What's the flying books? Well, I'm quite sure about the most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from the seats on the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. And then it turned around and yes, I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor. The knife was sticking out of his midriff. That's right, yes. The fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So, in short, how did you see? Like, okay. Drop everything for 1 second. Going back to the omnibus. Beppo was sitting up here. Not only is it hard to see through the bench to the skylight, it was this side where the guy got stabbed. He would see the back seats. Something doesn't add up. Are we gonna point it out? You didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all? That was being protected. Oh wait, I can just look around while things are going. Not that anyone's doing anything, but I'm like, I can do that. Hello, people. Hello there. I really thought I did, but when I go over it again in my head... No, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment.
Truth!
Oh my goodness. Hello? Can I help you? Okay, yeah, this is the right.
Excuse me!
Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now listen to me! I know what you're thinking. You didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Would you have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? No chance, because I just pointed out, I'm like, how would you see that? Like, logistically, how would you see that? Will I be able to, though? No chance. Well, it's a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a respectable blinker, I'll have you know. Actually, I'm not sure. What was actually the... I'm very certain the information. We have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed. I don't know if that... I answered that wrongly. I thought he was still talking about the carriage man, but we're talking about fair play here. Whoops, oh well. I think I might have answered correctly. Whatever. We'll see if I did or not. I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. I know what I saw, and I remember as clear as a bell rot thing? Okay. It was a grim scene, and I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that, all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the butcher stabbed the man?
Hold it!
Not that much blood on the... blood soak. Ahem, well... perhaps soaked is laying on a little thick, but... But anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. And you saw that from the roof. Through the skylight. Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. There was a lamp on the inside of the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw. It's Banker's last testimony. I feel like there's something not quite right about it. No kidding. When you feel something doesn't add up, Mr. Naruhodo, that's when you should have a good look through the court record. Yeah, I don't need to. I think I know what it is. Alright, that was the last in the testimony, so this is the wrap-around dialogue, as I call it. Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow, we managed to keep our chances alive here. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful, as they did before. Maybe we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information. Yes, you're so right. I need to pay careful attention here. I don't want to miss even a flicker of a reaction among these witnesses. Remember, if you happen to spot one of the witnesses' record... Okay, yeah, and this is just the thing I did earlier. Yep. Okay, this is... You know, I haven't saved in a bit, and it's nearly been an hour. I'm saving. I'm like, I think I know what I have to do, but... we were on... Yeah, 3. Save. I'm gonna save it. It's been an hour. I don't want, like... I don't know, the game to crash or something? Paranoid save, let's go. Okay. I want to push R, and I want to show the gloves. Because it's only on one side.
Objection!
Yeah. Blood-soaked hands. Well, I admit that soak might be laying on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay. That's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. There certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there. But, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right hand glove. Oh, he's eating at this cane. That's not good for your dental work. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. Yeah. But no! Can't be right. Granny's ready to come at you with the knitting needle. Oh, you're the liar here then. Ugh. That's right, you were clear about it. You said, ugh, both hands. Oh gosh. Mr. Fairplay, your last statement was a lie. Calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed. But is that really the truth?
Objection!
Oop. Hello. It was simply a mistake. Can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands. It was only one. Fact remains. Victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection!
No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated he saw blood all over both hands. Which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Ah! Why? I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. And just upstanding members of society don't prevocate. He's claiming to have no reason to lie. Is that really the case? Mr. Naruhodo, I had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying. He turned this tide in the trial completely. He's a banker, and the only thing we have to look at this. Oop, I'm in the way. Right, hold up. Oop. A little bigger. Oop. Okay, there we go. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Oh dear, do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? But from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you we'll not find Mr. Schlome's name inside. Well, let's see what we find. I haven't actually looked at this. Ooh, hello. Okay, it's around. Gosh, it's crammed full. What did I just hear? Look at distraction. Or hear a distraction, I guess. Anyway. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Ah, goodness! What is it? Look at this! Do you see the name here? Bruce Fairplay. That means something to me. It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Your witness! Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment. Oh, yes, of course, the banker. Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course. Could very be useful information. Yep. Yay, updated info. I see Van Zeeks is not a popular character. Gosh, it's crammed full of it. Okay, no, this is the same dialogue. Okay, so it's on the same page. Right, what about this page? Nope, it's just okay. They were just looking. Just spin it around. All right. Let me scooch back down preemptively. Scoochy, 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 scoochy. All right. Grab my controller upside down. Not very helpful in playing the game. Okay. Something to show this man has compelling reason to lie in his testimony. Well, I just got the evidence, so I have evidence. My lord. Yes, counsel. Defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes. Evidence that would clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony. Ah! Your dirty secrets are coming out. Your dirty laundry is coming out. Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present its evidence. Evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court. The ledger.
Take that!
Make sure I'm presenting the right thing. This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes. List of innocent victims crippled by the accused's extortion. Point is, among the names of these debtors is your name. Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Everyone jumped. What? Mr. Fairplay, you're currently indebted financially to the accused. No, well, it's barely worth being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents state the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. It would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, it's not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw. In a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant. Breakdown, I guess. A little bit. Oh, there's Beppo. Beppo's pigeon toad. Order, order, order! Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord. Stop chewing on your cane. Let me ask you again. Let me ask you again. Be aware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in time in which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Dude acts like an amateur's beaver! You're right, he's like a beaver, or like a chipmunk. He's a nervous biter, apparently. Alright, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on Miss McGill. I definitely remember seeing blood on Miss. There is no Mister. Stop itself. Definitely remember seeing blood on McGilded's hand. Both of them.
Objection!
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. So you keep saying. Hey, first. I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir. Go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself, as it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that was on both his hands, not just one. What? What? Alcisato surprise. Oop. It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all of you witnesses. This time I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. What makes myself perfectly clear? Yeah, sure. Stop just... He's chewing on his cane. Mr. Naruhodo. This is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Yes. Might finally have a chance to turn things around here. Witness testimony. Evidence to the contrary. I saw what I wanted to see. What the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself. Nope, not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside the carriage, or we all would have seen. Let's readjust. Well, lo and behold. In truth of fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment of the crime was perpetrated. I apologize, my lord. Honestly, there's no one else inside that carriage. The man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's really not what testimony is about. Let's examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witnesses' accounts. In other words, there's no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, Consul. Yes, my lord. Cross-examination! Yep. Alright. Distinctly remember that.
Hold it!
No, the evidence tells us otherwise. We have the gloves the defendant was wearing on the night in question in the court record. I'm well aware of that, sir, but nonetheless. I know what I saw and I stand by it. The man had blood on both his hands. He's quiet, even in the face of hard evidence. He's steadfastly refusing to admit that I might be mistaken about what he saw. But why? Your reasoning is dire. One hand or two, the salient point remains unchanged. It's after the grim crime, victim's blood dripped guiltily from the accused's fingers. Okay.
Hold it!
What did you see? Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the exact moment of the crime, it's a matter of fundamental importance, as well as you know. Hard but crying out loud, we all know that no one else could have possibly done it. It's just Trying to save us all some time. There's a classic look-alike situation. I'm not sure if it's that. You have a loan of 20 guineas outstanding with the defendant, do you not? Ugh. Had you hoped to release yourself from financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty? Not entirely not what I was hoping for. Ugh. Lost a little guinea or 10 when I was backed the wrong horse on the derby, that's all. It's gonna win it all back. There's a fixture in this week. There's a fixture this weekend, and that's a sure thing. Ah, a little guinea or 10. A banker. One bets an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend. The judge is like, nah. I think you... What was it? I think you may... I think you may have revealed rather more about your character than you bargained for, sir. Witness scruples are not on trial here. Proceed to the next witness. Is that really how it's supposed to work? He's like, I'm not so sure. I've seen the knife. I remember seeing both the attacker's hands with blood on them.
Hold it!
Elaborate? You definitely saw that too. Blood on both hands. Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of Mr. McGilden's gloves has any sign of blood on it. That's right. The thing is, as far as I remember, sir, I looked down and saw Mr. McGilden standing beside the other fellow. I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir. He wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir. I saw blood on both his bare hands quite clearly. It's true that the dark-colored stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported that there was no trace of blood on Mr. McGilden's gloved hands. There wasn't blood on his hands? That's puzzling indeed. This must be significant somehow. I'm sure of it. Yeah. There's some blood on his hands. Okay. I didn't actually see anything myself. Nope, not until I heard that scream. Will you say more about what happened in more detail? You didn't see anything. Oh, yes. That is to say, no, sir. I didn't. Very sorry about what I said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and say I saw him stab the man. Wouldn't you agree, sir? I don't know what you're insinuating. I certainly wasn't making up stories. Still, saying you saw nothing isn't right either, is it? No, sir. Saw nothing at all. Mr. Beppo, you're driving your horses. At the very least, you, must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, no? He's fine. Oh, please. Didn't even see that. It was so cold that night, you see. All I could do to keep myself pressed out, sir. Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid. Sorry to say, sir. It would seem prudent. Boy travel in the last omnibus service of London's cold winter nights. Beppo! Ah! Your probably very soon to be ex-boss is not happy with you. In fact, remains I can't be anywhere inside the carriage door.
Hold it!
everything you saw, the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus. That's right. It was fiercely cold night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter. That begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh? Why not? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. It was locked? That's right. Public bus service, for pity's sake. And that's not what I call fair play. Yes, I had that exact same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. I can assure you I wasn't just looking down, I was glaring long and hard. That's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence, if there was anyone else at all at that cabin, I would have noticed. Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not so sure about these two witnesses. They really have seen everything inside the cabin, the skylight. They may not have been able to. I've been, like, looking at this a few times, and, like, they usually can't see the back seat. Or they can only see the back seat, depending on if they're turning around or I've been able to. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the floor of the upper deck. Is that right? That's right, yes. In that case, if there is a portion of the cabin's interior you would have been... there is a portion of the cabin's interior that would have been out of sight from you. What? My golly, really? Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. The possibility cannot be denied. I'm getting the voice wrong. I'm really annoyed. But at the time of the... Okay. Give me a second. Scratchy throat. My throat's suddenly not scratchy, and now I'm having trouble doing voices because suddenly my throat's no longer scratchy. That's kind of amusing. Okay. At that point in time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the closed cabin of the omnibus. Well, it's not my first time. And I do actually like mysteries. This is not the first Ace Attorney game I've played. I played through the original trilogy, I've played the old Destinies, and I've played Spirit of Justice. The only one I haven't played of the mainline games is the Apollo Justice game, which is kind of amusing since we're getting the Apollo Justice trilogy out very soon, like on what, the 26th or something? And I'm excited for that because, well, I haven't played Apollo Justice. I know it doesn't have the best reviews, but I want to play it. But I'm most excited. And this is kind of a silly reason. But there's, okay, this is kind of would be spoilery if I put it into too great of a detail. But there is, for those who know, who will know the scene. But there's a father and a son, and there's a scene where the father saves his kid. And I want to see a nice big clear image of it. And I'm like, wait, it's on the Switch, we get better images. And I just want to get the game just so I could see moments like that better. Because mind you, all these games were like on the 3DS or like, I think actually, I don't know how much of the original trilogy, but I know the very first Ace Attorney game was actually on the Game Boy Advance. And I'm sure people will be saying, no, but it was only on the DS. I'm like, yeah, it got ported to the DS for international, but in Japan it was a Game Boy Advance game. Which that surprised me in learning, but it explained the graphics things, but I was also, gosh dang, they did a good job. Anyway, I'm blathering on about not, I mean it's tangential, but Anyway, back to what's going on. Okay. But at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger enclosed in the cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Hello, Vanzies. Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. Prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. Oh, good. I'm going to look at the court record. I'm not sure where this is going. Do I have to look through the omnibus again? We found out it was locked. Do I have to check the seats again? Alright. I keep forgetting that I need to move. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't, actually. I should make myself bigger before. Anyway. Roof deck, I'm just gonna skim through this. Get to a point where it's relevant. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What about the stage? Can we look at that? No, we cannot look at that. I'm guessing, will the skylight change if we click it? Sure. Yeah. Okay. I guess this is just evidence and then we just have to figure it out. Okay. I think I might know what's gonna be going on, but okay. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. And messing myself over. Okay. Let's get out of this. Okay, yeah, like that. After all, the scene of the crime is here in the flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. Okay. We'll identify the area of this cross-section plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that this potential extra passenger could have been situated? Presumably over here. Should I click the seat? I'm just not sure where I need to click this. So what did I... Okay, I push X. Yeah, because they would be like here, looking down, I guess. Let's see, because the blood's on the front seat. So they couldn't see the back seat if they could see the front seat, you know? Can't see.
Take that!
Back here. Both rows of seats on the floor face in the direction of travel. Whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other. Which means the visible parts of the cabin which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight is as I've drawn here. Ah! That's right, my lord. As you can see, there is a seat opposite. The one in which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if somebody had been sitting on that seat, it's quite a possibility that the witness would have been completely unaware of it. Ah!
Objection!
Yep. It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. Nipponese have a forbidden habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. Concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. Rejoinder? In British Court of Law, evidence is paramount. Cannot unchain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger whom you elude. Can you, Mr. Naruto? I think I can. Who do I have? People. We got you. You two aren't gonna be. Why do I have Strongheart in the list of people? He's 52. I forgot about this. You are old, sir. I didn't realize he was in his 50s. Susato's 16. McGilded is 48. Van Zeeks is 32. Mason, our victim here, is 54. Beppo is 62. Wow, you were quite old. That's not too surprising. Poor Mr. Snowman Man. Bruce Fairplay is 34, and Lady First is 21. You are just barely legal to drink in the US. I don't know why that was the first thing come to mind, but there you go. Alright, I don't know. I don't think so. I honestly don't know. Who could have it been? Who could have been on the other seat, which was out of sight from the witness of the roof deck? Oh, wait! Wait... I get the feeling, like... I'm just saying McGilded was on the back. That might be just because I played this before. Oh well. But anyway, Alonzier, let's go. I have an inkling. Inkling. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name. You are a fool. Our response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Let's not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat. Right? This could be it. This could be the chance I've been looking... This could be the chance I have been waiting for, to turn the trial in my favor. And that night, the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... this guy.
Take that!
Oop, well the music cut out. Passenger in the closed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. McGilded? What are you talking... What are you talking about, counsel? What's the name of the defendant?
Objection!
Oh. Finally got to see that one. Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't yeeted his cup earlier from this, but again, Van Zeek's having the best animations in this game. He has a I yeet my chalice into the light behind there. This man has a lot of animations. If I desecrated this chamber, smashing my hollowed okay, I'm just messing up. If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hollowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks! People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. But I see they use terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It is the very premise on which this case is built.
Objection!
But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, counsel? The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection!
Point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, their testimonies remain unchanged. Exactly. They both adamantly swear. They clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is incorrect, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night. A third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands. Both of them.
Objection!
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary. Order! What exactly are you postulating?
Objection!
Oop, hi. The defense postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. The witness have clearly stated they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said that the two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yeah. Tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice things, sir. What particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter? The style of a hat makes no difference. There's no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be so sure? How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused Mr. McGilded would undoubtedly have offered to dispose the fact. Less, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. If the accused have failed to even notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled. He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it. Order! There's clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused, Mr. McGilded, to the stand. Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, you have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's a reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. If indeed it turns out the man had been withholding information, you can be sure it would have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord, should we ask Mr. McGilded to testify or not? I'm gonna say, yeah, bring him in. I've been wanting him to come in for a bit now, to be honest. I'm like, can I talk to this man more? Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. Bring him in. I like how he raises his hand up like a schoolboy. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand. In that case, I'd like to hear the opinion of the jury. A little more time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say. Get the man out here, I say. It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. Something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things in the guild. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little perk has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. The guy's quick to change his voice. Very well. Court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once. There's a lot of talking going on. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will only become clear. Let proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilden, you've been listening to the discourse of the day. To be sure I have, my lord. There are two matters in which the court desires to hear from you. The first, whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. Second, that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal the fact from the police? I don't know. It is not in my nature to hide anything at all. Answer the question, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you use all, or do I keep me mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilden? The fine fella representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. 'Tis true? Aye. It was me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You... What? Fancy is not a... No, Magnus McGilden. That convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'd be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was talking in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was... Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have pulled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. See, it was just quiet. And who is this young child of whom you speak? That, I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. Never saw her before or since.
Objection!
I have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecutor calls for the witness's statement to be discarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. The urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? Oh my goodness. Everyone's freaking out. There's smoke, and people think there's fire, and now everyone's coughing and freaking out. Oh wait, that was... What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff? I'm sure the What is this voice? I'm sure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Everything's just barely being able to see through all that. We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. And in the scene of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that for the time being, the trial was suspended. Fire on the scales have gone wild. Oh, had they? Oh, we had a to be continued. Okay. Ugh. Do I want to start here? I mean, we're almost 2 hours in. Yeah, I think... Yeah, let me give it a save. I'm getting a little sleepy and I'm messing up on the voices more. So I think we can just chat a little bit. I think chatting a little bit. How's everyone enjoying? Oop. Oop. Okay, let me actually get... I'm a little too big on the screen because I was messing it with the other screen. Okay. Let me... Right there. Okay. I think we're good. Oh, wait. Let me see off screen. I'm gonna move over. Did they? I didn't notice the scale's going crazy. Oh, looking at all the comments. Okay. I didn't realize well, I thought we were getting close to a continue once we got McGilded up on the stand. Okay. Trying to remember how this trial goes. I think probably can get another couple of streams. Might get it done in the next couple of streams. So if we're at this part, yeah, I think sort of. I don't think we do have. Yeah, because I think this break is like in the middle of the trial. I think we're just got halfway through the trial. If my memory is not being gobshite, which it has a good chance of being, but still. Still. Yeah. This game is fun. We finally got to see how the jury mechanics work, so... Yeah, that's not in... Yeah, I think that isn't in any other Ace Attorney game. The jury thing. Well, there is the jury thing in Apollo Justice, actually, but I don't... From my understanding, it doesn't work that way. You don't actually, like, interact with them, if I recall people saying. Or, I don't know. I haven't played that game, like I said earlier. I haven't played that game, so I'm not sure. I do know there's a jury, but I don't think it works like this. It's a zany game. Get better. Yeah, the cough is lingering. It's probably gonna linger for a while yet. Which is annoying. But there it is. Ooh. Like I was saying, I'm also a little sleepy now. Oh boy. I think I need to go eat some food and get some calories in me and wake up a bit. Maybe some tea. Get some tea. Ooh, we have oolong. Ooh, I'm gonna get me some oolong tea. Gets distracted by food thoughts. I'm sure people can relate. Yeah, I haven't thought about it much, but yeah, we're getting the Apollo Justice series out. I say series, I should say trilogy. Yeah, 3 games in 1 collection. So, you know, that's actually kind of funny. We got... Because of the mainline kind of games, I know there's the Miles Edgeworth Investigation games, which I think the only... Did we ever get the second one? There's 2 of them. I know there's both have been fan-translated. I think the first one did it get a release? It might have. I remember people getting excited and really wanting the second one to release, but I don't remember. But yeah, of the Ace Attorney series as a whole, with the spin-off, we've got the 6 mainline games, which are now going to have 2 collections, both on the Switch. So we have your, we have the Phoenix Wright collection with the first 3 games, and now the Apollo Justice is about to come out with the, well, as of recording this live. May not be the case. You watch it later, it's gonna be out if you were watching it later. We're gonna get the Apollo Justice out here soon. So we're about to get all of the mainline game, which is good, actually. Because another thing is, you might be able to find copies of Apollo Justice, the one that's actually subtitled Apollo Justice. So that's the 4th game in the series. But Dual Destinies in Spirit of Justice were download only. So this is the first time we also get a physical copy of both those games. Otherwise, it's stuck in the DS shop closed down. So this is literally the only way you can get these games now, unless you get somebody's downloaded, like DS with it downloaded on the 3DS that they have. So yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that either. But yeah, this is the first time it's gone physical copy in the West, if I remember correctly. Because I think in Japan they were hard copy. They might have. But yeah, I'm pretty sure internationally they were digital only, because that's how I got them. And I still prefer having physical media. That's just my preference. I don't think either or is worse. I mean, I still... I mean, I have Okami as download only, though I do have the Wii version of Okami, so I have both a digital copy and a physical copy. Not of the original. The originally was on the PlayStation 2. Just to say, that's a tangent, but anyway. That's still a Capcom game, I just realized. I managed to mention a completely different game. It's still done by Capcom, which that's who does the Ace Attorney series. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we're getting all of the mainline series in 2 collections, and then we have the Chronicles is also a collection of the 2 great Ace Attorney games. We're just getting collections of all the Ace Attorney games. We just need the Edgeworth games in a collection, and we'll have the full set. Though I'm sure there might be people going, but there's the Professor Layton and Ace Attorney crossover game. I'm like, yeah, we do still have that. That's hard to get a copy, so I've heard. I'm lucky that I have it. That one's fun. It really... I know people debate whether it's a good mix or not, but honestly, for my opinion, especially after going back and playing some of the games, it is. I mean, gameplay loop-wise, Professor Layton is poke around and then solve puzzles. And you have that. And the Trials is pretty much another big puzzle solving, so that's like still puzzles. It fits. And then gameplay for the Ace Attorney series is, as you've been seeing, like, investigating things. So, wait. Oh yeah, okay, you know, the steamship one. We walked around and investigated, like, the crime scene and stuff. And then we have these trials, just as we've had today, which is logic puzzle solving. So people keep going, no, it's more Professor Layton, no, it's more Ace Attorney, and I'm kind of laughing because I'm like, it's always both! The funniest thing is that the Professor Layton series exists because of the Ace Attorney series, because the creator of the Layton series has gone on record in saying that he loved the Ace Attorney series and went, can we have more of this? I'm a game, you know, I make games. I'm gonna get my team to make a game that feels like the Ace Attorney series of solving puzzles. Except it's more on the puzzles and less on like logic puzzles like Ace Attorney is, so I find it really funny, and I'm like, it's also kind of funny some people going, why are we getting this crossover? And then there's us who just like know the history of the developers and whatnot, which I guess they're on good terms to begin with, or at least were at the time. And that, you know, the one who made the Professor Layton games was like, yeah, I made this because you made Ace Attorney. So we got the crossover. Could it have been a bit better? Yeah, I'll admit it. Do I still have a lot of fun playing that? Heck yeah. I'm really glad that I found it, because I did lose my copy for a second, but I found it. I have it again. I'm very happy. I'd rather not lose that again. Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay. Me bothering about Ace Attorney stuff, but yeah, I'm very much amused by that. We have a bunch of bundles for the Ace Attorney games. Makes it fun. I definitely can recommend, though, the Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. Those were really nice. And I'm about to get all the, like, original trilogy with Phoenix Wright. The Phoenix Wright trilogy of games really mad at me. I actually like them better than the original trilogy. I played those first before the trilogy, so, like, even taking into account the older, like, I got stumped by the puzzle, like, solving it more. It wasn't as tight as, like, lining it up. There were some more obtuse, like, how in the world would you come to that conclusion kind of things. And there was also the problem in a lot of times in the original trilogy, because you didn't have a talking log. You didn't have a log. And in the, I think actually in the collection they might have a log. Did they? I don't really remember. But that was another problem, is that I couldn't go look back either far enough in the log to when a point was made, because it was made in the, like, oh, there was this detail from the last cross-examination that was done. Or, like, 3 cross-examinations ago, you got this bit of information, and we expect you to still remember it, even with all these other details. And that was kind of annoying. I mean, it wasn't game-breaking. I still managed to beat it, but... I'm like, you might want to replay it again. It may not be as good as you remember it being. Or it could be just, you know, nostalgia. But I had a lot of fun playing Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. I mean, they're not perfect. If anyone's like, oh, you just like it because it's a perfect game. I'm like, no. They're not perfect, but I still love them. I think it's mostly because you can actually examine the objects in a 3D space, which apparently we only have that in the mainline games because people loved it so much in the Edgeworth Investigation games, which I think is also why it's in the, there was a DLC content. I forgot which of the trilogies it was. Was it after the second game in the trilogy for the Phoenix Wright trilogy, I think? It might have been. Yeah, it was. It was after the... It was the second game, I think. It at least takes place between the second game and the third game of the Phoenix Wright trilogy. And we had a little moments where you could examine a 3D object, which was nice. I really like that, because it's not just the characters telling you. You still have them chatting about it and stuff, so you don't lose that. But you can actually see for yourself. So, you know, you feel like, it's not just like you're being told information, you're finding the information yourself, as we've been seeing in this game, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which I super like. This one is the freaking craziest though, because you have the whole omnibus to look at. I will say that this is like the craziest bit of examination evidence you get is the omnibus. You get it right out the get-go. Well, as far as in like the object in of itself is like, here, have a whole carriage to look at. It's like, what? But yeah, there's some crazy things you can examine more of in like, I have a weird object, or like the implications of the object that you have bring thusly makes it more crazy. But just, you know, of the object on its own merit, the omnibus beats everything else out. It's like, you brought a whole thing in. So it makes me laugh. It is really interesting. I'm glad it's the first trial, because it kind of just, it's a good setup. It's a good, strong start. But okay, enough of my rambling. And me, by the way, none of this is sponsored. I'm not sponsored by Capcom to gush about the Ace Attorney game and conveniently mention that there's the Apollo Justice trilogy coming out. But yeah, I would recommend, I don't have plans to play the original trilogy on here. Not because it's bad, I still did enjoy it. I mean, it was a little fussy at times, but that was, at times, that was still the majority. It was good. I did like it. So it needed a little bit more polish, and you get that in the later games. Not bad though, it's still not bad. But I imagine people are more likely to get stuck in the original trilogy than they are the Apollo Justice, at least the Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice games, which are the last 2 games. Again, have not played Apollo Justice, the actual one called that. I do want to play that. I don't know if I'll stream it though. Yeah, I don't know if I'll stream it. Cause that would be so long, cause that's 3 games. This is 2 and it's already taking a while. Yeah, maybe I mean, yeah, maybe I won't stream that. That sounds like, cause it'd be like, oh, when's the next one? Are you gonna play the next one? I'm like, no, I'm gonna put a lid on that kettle of fish right now. Just no, that sounds like a nightmare. That's too much game all at once. People would be bugging me so much about it if I was like, oh, I'll play through the first game, then I won't play the next game in a little bit. And then we're like, when the next one? Stop it! But yeah, they're good games. I do recommend playing them yourself. If you have been having fun with this one, then, yeah. They don't have the jury mechanic to say, so it's a little less robust, but you know, you got the basic back and forth, the evidence giving and all that, the cross-examination of the witnesses and all that good stuff. So if you've been enjoying this, I would recommend looking at the Apollo Justice trilogy coming out. in a bit. Again, not sponsored. I'm just like the series, and I wish I would like a 7th mainline series. Maybe we can get another, like, I don't know, real crazy talk. Maybe another Ace Attorney game set in a different time period with another descendant of Phoenix Wright or some other character or whatever. I wouldn't mind some Ace Attorney spin-offs. They're fun. I like the change in setting. It's a good time. I'm having a good time. And I hope all of you are as well. Because, to wrap it up here, a whole like, comment, subscribe algorithm would like to have more people see this. I mean, I'm partially streaming because I'm trying to show off some games that maybe don't necessarily get a lot of love. Because I'm like, hey, look at this. You know, look at this cool thing. Look at this cool game. I would like to have more, you know, be able to reach out to more people. So any help in that, whether it's just, you know, liking, just commenting, subscribing if you are actually want to subscribe, please don't just do it. That's fine. I don't want you to force you to do that. You know, so stick around if you actually want to stick around. But I would very much appreciate any help in trying to get a bit of a larger platform so my voice is a little more heard. So, you know, I can highlight some cool games that may not necessarily get talked about, like the another code that's coming out. Actually, hold on. Actually, that came out today. Great. If you like this game, you might like the another code game, the Recollection? Recollection, yeah. Another code game. Not sponsored by that either. I'm not sponsored by anyone at the moment. But yeah, that's another thing. That's out right now. Might want to look into that. It's a visual novel with puzzle solving, much like Ace Attorney is like pretty much a visual novel with puzzle solving, except it's more of the logic puzzles. I guess there's a little bit more of classical puzzling with trying to solve the evidence. You like turn it around like a Rubik's Cube, but neither here nor there. That's another thing. I would like that to do well because we might get hotel dust, which I'm not explaining that because I need to end the stream here. But yeah, look into another code. It's a good game. Okay, bye. See you all later. Bye-bye.